Good morning. Welcome again to Realtree Land Pro Fridays. We're glad that you're joining us today. Hope everybody's having a good week. We've had our weekly thunderstorms, and that we have that every week these days, don't we? Man, the sky is pretty, sun shining. It's going to be a pretty week, we hope. Hopefully the weekend will be great. And, for those who are enjoying turkey season, good luck to you. I know Keith is with us here this morning. Keith and I had an interesting hunt the other day.
Yeah. You just had to get it on the radio, didn't you?
Right out the gate.
Not bad.
We had a great hunt, man. We called up 2 gobblers. Twice in the same morning, didn't we?
Right. I don't know if we were good or they were stupid, but
a little bit of both.
I think they were good and y'all were stupid.
Well, it'll humble you because we got a shot, didn't we?
yeah, we got 3 shots.
All of them running away from us.
And still no birds.
No birds. All we did was educate them, but that's okay. We got to do something, right?
Yeah.
We got to do something. All right, we're glad you're joining us this morning. We have with us our special guest, Kris Xifos. Kris, how are you?
I'm good, guys. Glad to be here.
Kris, I'm happy to announce, is our newest real estate agent with United Country McDaniel-Gray Realty.
Yeah.
Kris, you excited?
Man, I'm pumped. Been wanting to do this for a while. Finally pulled the trigger on it, and I'm super excited. I'm ready to just hit the ground running 1,000 miles an hour.
Absolutely. Well, tell us a little bit about yourself and about why you got in real estate.
Well, it's something like I said a while ago. Real estate's something I've always wanted to do. Especially the Realtree side of it, the land pro side, hunting and commercial and all that. And beginning of this year, I just said, you know what, I'm doing it. So I went and knocked the school out and knocked the exam out, and here I am. I've lived here in Brookhaven 11 years now. I'm from Louisiana, born and raised.
No, not with that name.
Yeah. Well, the name is Greek. So the name is actually Greek. But born and raised in North Louisiana, right outside of Shreveport, a little town called Minden. And grew up there, turned 17 years old, joined the Marine Corps, spent 4 years in the service, and I met my wife while I was still in the service, and she's from Brookhaven. Yeah. And, after you go to Iraq and then you go to Afghanistan, she pretty much said, hey, it's either me or the service. She just didn't want to go, which I can understand. It's a lot to go through. So naturally, she's a lot prettier than, the guys I was serving with. So I chose her. And this is where she's from. So I moved here in April of 2011, and here I am.
That's
so,
great.
And this is home. We built a home. We bought a burial plot, so I'm not going anywhere.
You're committed.
I'm permanently committed to this area, Brookhaven and Mississippi. So.
And y'all have 2 children.
We have 2 children. We've got a 5-year-old girl, Erin, and a 7-month-old girl named Cameron.
Ooh, you're busy.
I'm busy. I prayed for girls. He answered that prayer. And if I could just get him to answer every other prayer I send up, I'll be in good shape.
Yeah, there's an old saying, be careful what you pray for.
That's right. So both beautiful, both smart, just like their mama. The only thing they got from me is my last name, and they'll only have that for a few more years.
Yeah,
so.
that's about right.
But we're both extremely blessed. Blaine, my wife, she's a teacher here at Brookhaven High School, math teacher. Loves what she does, loves the kids, loves this community, and we're just 100% invested right here in Brookhaven.
Great. Well, we're glad to have you join our office, and we appreciate it. And yesterday we had a good day. Keith, Kris, and I went and viewed a new listing we have for sale. It's y'all want to tell us a little bit about it? It's a 4-bedroom, 3-bath lodge on 11 acres. Where is it? Covington County? Is that right?
It's in Covington County, the extreme. What's that? The southeast corner.
Yeah, it's right on the county line.
Part of it joins the Jones County, and it's about a mile from the Forest County line. So it's good proximity of Hattiesburg. Beautiful place. Got a little lake on it. It's about a 3,800 square foot home. Yeah. Log cabin type. You got a 2,800 square foot fully insulated shop out there.
The shop is nice.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that thing had spray foam, and it was big enough to put everything you had and then some in there. And if you had a mother-in-law that you were trying to get rid of, you could frame it up, and you could put her out there too.
Hey, I bet I could fill it up. I couldn't walk in it in 2 years.
You got that right.
That's a nice property.
Yeah, big in-ground swimming pool. In a peaceful neighborhood. Not many neighbors out there. Beautiful view. So somebody needs to take advantage of that one.
That's right. Well, we want to talk a little bit this morning about what we came here to talk about. Number one was to introduce Kris, and number two, Kris has some experience in planting dove fields. And believe it or not, if you want to plant a dove field the right way using sunflowers,
Right.
this is the time to do it. Isn't that right, Kris?
This is the time to do it. We're talking April 1st, April 20th, if you want to hit that opening day. I want to say September 1st, opening day, dove season. It's always a big deal for us. My birthday's September 2nd. We always turn it into a big hunt, big birthday deal, eat some good food and everything else. So it's just who doesn't love dove hunting?
That's right.
I can't hit them to save my life, but I can, I can expend some shells.
I can't hit a big old turkey. You know what I do with the dove.
At 40 yards.
Yep.
Yeah, them doves come in. They say, "Oh, guess Keith over there.
Yeah.
We'll land and eat." So, but yeah, there's many ways to attract doves. But one of the things that we love about getting in the outdoors is you get to do things during the off season. And this is one of those things. And if you're from this area or if you're outdoor oriented, you love just spending time on the tractor and
That's
working and stuff. And now's the time to get your field ready to plant sunflowers. Sunflowers are a top tier food source for these doves. They love these seeds. These sunflowers get so much oil in them, and it attracts those birds to that oily seed, and they tear it up.
Right.
And this is one of those things where you get your birds coming in 3 to 4 weeks before opening day. That way these birds are comfortable with the area, they're comfortable with what they're doing, and they know the area. Birds, we tend to think of animals as not really having a sense of awareness, but they do.
Yeah.
And
So.
birds, especially ducks. Ducks is another good one. They'll have a hole that they know about, but they're weary as they can be of who's there and what's going on. So you don't want to do. A lot of people a week before they'll throw something out or try to get something to hastily do whatever, and you'll have a handful of birds come in and they're already leery. They know who's there. This is a way to get them there. Get them feeding, get them used to coming in and eating these seeds, and then you'll have a good hunt come opening day.
Well, I know there's a process involved in this. So if you're listening today and you really want to have a show enough, jam up dove hunt, what Kris is going to describe is the best way to do it. So
Right.
Kris, just to start from the beginning and go.
We'll go through the beginning. I'll throw out first, this information is available online. You can go to the Mississippi State Extension website. That's the website is extension.msstate.edu. And this is an 18-page. What I'm going over today is just it's from day 1 to day 100. Opening day of what you need to do and how you need to do it. And basically, what you want to do first is you just want to start with your site preparation. About 2 to 3 weeks before you plant your seed, you want to disc it up really good and let that dirt and soil settle real well. And it helps to get a good rain on that dirt to get a good seed base to plant, right? And any weed growth that you have in between that plowing the first time and planting, you can control that with herbicides, right? Just get you a good non-selective glyphosate, burn down herbicide and spray in between to kind of keep that, because what you'll find is when these sunflowers start to leaf out, they're going to cause so much shade around them that you won't need it.
You won't need it in your future.
That's right. You won't have to come in there with a selective herbicide, even though you're going to row plant them. They'll leaf out and shade around them, and they'll keep that ground bare. And as long as you keep it right before you plant, spray pretty good, you'll have a good crop in there. And like we talked about, you can plant almost up until the end of May, really. But if you're trying to hit that opening day readiness, you want to do it between April 1st and April 20th. You've got about 100 to 120 days for your conventional sunflower seed to really mature. So like I said, hitting it in this time frame is going to allow them to get where they need to be, so you can shatter those seeds out and spread them a good 3 to 4 weeks before opening day, because you want to be able to get those birds there and eaten before opening day instead of trying to rush up. Around here we know what's happening at the end of August, beginning of September. We've got hurricanes coming in.
That's right.
Just like these weekly storms we're dealing with now, we'll have till Easter ends, and end of August you're going to have hurricanes coming in. That field's going to be wet. You're not going to really be able to get in there and start mowing the way you want to as a muddy mess. So getting it between that April 1st and April 20th date, they'll be ready a good month before opening day.
Sure.
So, and then like I said, row planting, you want to plant these things in a row, because what you're going to do is you're going to come in 1 to 3 weeks before and you're going to start mowing strips. right? You're gonna start shattering that seed, letting it get out on the ground. Then you come back and mow another strip and jump rows, and spread the seed out, get it on the ground. These birds are ground hunters. You know, they have to land and eat, which is obvious. So
Right.
they're like everything else. You want a bare ground for them to land on, because, you know, going back to earlier, they're very observant, you know, and if it looks like a danger zone, you know, if there's too much cover where there's snakes, you know, or other predators that could prevent them from feeding, they're not gonna feel comfortable landing, or they may come and go, right? And when you allow that ground to stay bare dirt with the spraying in the beginning and letting it leaf out really well, you'll keep that bare ground and they'll have a good place for them to land. So, and then just moving into that, you know, fertilization, you know, you always want to have a soil test done, even, you know, whether you're planting a garden at your grandmother's house or, you know, whatever, you really want to get a good soil test done. And whenever you get that done, you can send that off to the extension service as well, you know, throw it in a bag and mail it in, and they'll send you back a good comprehensive report. But you know, if you find out that you've got some good potassium and phosphorus in your soil, then you really just need to put a little nitrogen on it. You know, usually 75 to 100 units, and you do that when your plants are about 12 inches tall, and you'll pretty much have an optimum result on your crop.
They'll just take off.
Yeah, I mean, you've already got an open field. They're getting plenty of sunshine. You're starting to get those tropical storm rains and hitting them with that nitrogen. When they're about 8 to 12 inches tall, they're really just going to send them towards the sky. So.
And if you've ever seen a true sunflower field, it is beautiful.
Oh yeah, I mean these you know, they're popular with these photographers around here.
Sure.
You know, the families do the cotton pictures, you know, around harvesting time. Sunflowers is another thing. They get out there in those summer dresses, those sundresses, and they get out there with the sunflowers. And you know, when you've got a beautiful dirt bed and these tall, beautiful sunflowers, it makes for beautiful pictures as well. So they're popular, super popular. There are some post-growth herbicides that you can use, some selective ones. And again, like we talked about earlier, you want to do that when the plants are real young. They're going to leaf out, they're going to shade themselves, and they're going to kind of take care of that issue on their own. But you don't want to hit them once they're past a certain age. And then once they start to grow, you know, 2 to 3 weeks before opening day, maybe a month, you're going to get out there and start mowing strips, and you're just going to start shattering that seed, and you're going to start to see some doves coming in and feeding. And a good thing you want to do is leave some strips standing. You know, usually on a dove field, you got hay bales that were behind, or you know, you may be sitting on a bucket, you know, and just ready up against a tree line. These birds are used to seeing these sunflowers. Leave you some strips. If you're going to hunt in a circle, if you're going to hunt in a big square field, or, you know, kind of like duck hunting, you can leave some strips. That's kind of like a blind type strip.
It is. It offers some opportunity to get away from the tree line.
That's right. That's right. You have birds coming in. They'll come over the tree line, and they're super high. And
well, they tend to fly as high as the tree line. I mean, they have to get over the trees.
That's right. And you start
like a drone.
Yeah.
like we saw yesterday in Mountain.
That's right.
You want to be able to get as close to the middle as you can, because if you start peppering at them from that tree line, they're not dropping altitude. They're pulling up like Pearl Harbor, and they're headed out. You know, so but start mowing some strips, leave you some concealment stands up, and opening day ought to be a great day.
It ought to be.
So, but like I said, this step-by-step process on the extension's website, I mean, they have every question you have. What type of seed is best for this area, the southeast, southwest part of the state, the best type of herbicides to use, you know, how many seeds per foot, per row, how wide you want your row. I mean, if you're like me and you don't have commercial farm equipment and you're gonna spray, you know, plant your rows as wide as your Ranger. Plant them as wide as your four-wheeler, so you can go down those rows and spray and you know, not run over your crop, not run over your flowers. If you've got tractors with spray rigs, plant them as wide as your tractor. You know, if you're going to come back in and plow, you know, use your judgment on how you want it to be. And again, broadcasting works as well. I mean, you know, you can broadcast sunflowers out there and you know, hope that when they get to that certain age, they'll leaf out and shade those weeds. But that rowing them up it takes a little extra time, but you
It
can
helps, you can manage them a lot better,
You
and
can-
actually produce a lot more. don't
you can produce. You're getting sun in. They're not fighting for the nutrients in the soil. I mean, you think about pine trees volunteering up. You know, you'll have 10 of them in a small area, and they're all fighting for the sun and the nutrients, and then they're staying skinny because they can't branch out. Same thing with this. We roll them up. It's like thinning your pines, right? You know,
Same thing.
You get more sun, you get more nutrients. Everything's even. So,
That's right.
and it's worth it, in my opinion, to do it that way. So.
All right, well, I'll tell you what, give us that website one more time.
Yeah, so
we have
the
that Kris
website
Xifos.
is extension.msstate.edu. You know, you can hit enough keywords in the Google search bar, and it's pretty much going to pull it up. You know sunflowers, plant sunflowers, South Mississippi, sunflowers for doves. You're gonna find it. But I mean, it's a 18-page how-to, extremely informational. I mean, the state extension website, you know, on that side of it, I don't care what you're looking for, deer, turkey, dove, they've got it, and it's just it's a really good go-to. And you know, like I said, we're in that process now. We plowed 2 days last week. Then we got a good rain. You know, packed that soil bed down for a good seed bed. We got the bags of seed in the shop ready to go. So hopefully we'll get some beautiful days here soon and start getting it out and rode up and ready to go. And we'll just keep you know, as the weeks go on, I'll update y'all on how it's looking. And
Sounds good.
we'll put some pictures on the YouTube page and of course we'll have the big hunt and we'll discuss that. Maybe we'll have some birds wrapped in bacon.
Yeah,
But-
yesterday, Kris mentioned something about they might pull the grill out there and cook some steaks. Not
Steaks.
some steaks, but maybe they might have some steaks on there. I don't know. We'll see. But no,
And of course, we'll be invited.
That's right.
I'm not gonna put you on the spot on the radio or
No.
anything, but,
Yeah, everyone who's going to be invited, you know, especially you guys, have got 4-wheelers and tractors with your name on them. I mean, you know, and I can point you in the right direction.
hey, I could wreck some equipment.
Yeah.
well, Kris, we appreciate you. We're looking forward to having you in our office. I mean, you're already up and going and
Yep.
doing well. So tell the good folks listening how they can get in contact with you should they have a question about real estate or anything.
Yeah, so phone number 601-695-4308. Email is Kris, that's Kris .xifos@yahoo.com. And of course, Bruce, they can call the office. Or you or anyone with us. And, you know, I'm on Facebook and Instagram and everywhere else. So hope to have some cards here soon and start pushing that out.
Hope everybody has a good week.
Welcome to the team.